My name is Paige. I'm a 26-year-old hairstylist. Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to become a hairstylist. I just couldn't get enough of watching the customers look in the mirror and smile with excitement about their new look. It just makes me so happy. This is exactly the job of my dreams. That's how much I love it. Work is going great. And very gratefully, my personal life is going great too. Actually, just the other day, my boyfriend Thomas that I've been dating for 3 years proposed to me. Thomas was 4 years older than me and 30 years old. He works in the same beauty industry as me, he's super handsome, and he's totally popular with the ladies. Perhaps his soft-spoken nature is the secret to his popularity, regardless of age or gender.
I'm so glad that you accepted my proposal, Paige. And to be honest, I didn't know what I would do if you said no and I was worried.
Of course I would never do such a thing, because we've already been dating for 3 years now, plus I was also thinking that I wanted to get married soon.
Oh, really? Well, I guess that means that we were both feeling the same thing. I'm so happy.
I know! It looks like we're going to be a happy husband and wife. Oh, but what I am a little bit worried about is that you're just too handsome, Thomas.
What are you talking about?
Because any straight man in our industry is already popular just for that. But you've got great looks. You're tall, and on top of that, you're kind and thoughtful. And also...
Hey now. That's too many compliments.
Because it's the truth.
There's absolutely nothing for you to worry about, Paige, so you can relax. For example, like cheating. I really don't like twisted things like that anyway. And I don't have any interest in anything that's out of line with humanity.
Yeah, you're right. There's no way that you, of all people, would do something like that. I feel a lot better now, thank you. As you can see, Thomas was truly kind, and he was always putting me first. He was someone I could rely on at all times. If I am going to walk this life with this person, I know I can get through anything. I truly believed that. But even though I trusted Thomas for a fact, how do I say this? To be honest, I have to admit that a part of me felt that something was a little bit off. Because, when you think of a proposal, I thought that it would come with a ring or at least some kind of present. Actually, I secretly had my hopes up for that. But there wasn't a single thing like that for a girl. An engagement ring seems to be a pretty big deal, though. There was no ring and not a single other gift either, and on top of that, it wasn't in a fancy restaurant or during a meal-in place with a nice ambience. There wasn't any surprises at all either. And I thought, well, this was pretty bad. That's why I decided to build up the courage and confirm with him. Hey, Thomas!
What's the matter, Paige?
Hey, we're gonna get married, right?
Yeah, that's right, but what about that?
Well, how do I say this?
What's the matter? If there's something you want to say, then say it clearly.
I was just wondering about, the wedding rings or a wedding ceremony or stuff like that.
What?
No, I mean, how do I say this? But a lot of girls look forward to that kind of stuff. My friends also show off their wedding rings to each other, so...
To be honest, I don't really have much interest in things like that. Because in reality, a ring isn't actually that necessary. The most important thing is our feelings, isn't it? Our feelings.
Yeah. So I guess that's how you think about it, Thomas.
Plus, a wedding is just going to cost us money.
What? Well, sure, that's true, but...
Right, so all of that is unnecessary. If we have money for that, then it would be much better use of it to spend it on something else.
You think so? But I can't understand that at all. Every girl's ideal is to have a beautiful ring and to have a wedding. Why can't he understand how a girl feels just a little bit? I sometimes hear about people who don't have any interest in wedding rings or weddings or even a honeymoon. But I guess it turned out that Thomas was one of those people. I can't deny that it made me sad, but I guess there was logic to it. At the time, I tried to think about it positively, that perhaps it was better than spending our savings or going into debt. After that, both of our jobs were really busy, but we somehow made time for each other, and we went on date after date. We called them date, but every time it was always at one of our houses. Apparently, he didn't even want to spend that much money on a date.
We need to start thinking about our new place to live together soon. We could just move into one of our places, but they'll both be pretty small.
In that case, how about one of the newly built apartment buildings by the train station? We would be renting, but I think it would make our commutes a lot easier than it is now.
Oh, we don't need a newly built apartment like that.
What?
It's going to cost money. If it's a little bit further away from the station, it'll be cheaper. And even if the building is a little bit old, as long as we can live there, it's fine.
Well, I guess that's true, but Thomas, you're actually very... how do I say this? You're good at saving. I need to watch and learn from you, and I'll do my best to. I thought really hard about it. I realized that it's just Thomas hates to waste anything. I think he's just living his life efficiently so as to not waste any money or to waste any time. I changed my way of thinking, and I surprised myself by being able to let go of the things that were troubling me until now. Like the wedding ring and the wedding ceremony. Yeah, this is what I want. That's right. Maybe this is the smart and efficient way of living. I started to adapt to this way of thinking too. And then, the day before we were going to submit our marriage certificate, we finished informing both of our workplaces. And I was super excited that starting tomorrow I was going to be somebody's wife. Thomas, we finished filling out our marriage certificates, and starting tomorrow, we're finally going to be husband and wife. What time will you be done with work? I'm going to put my all into tomorrow and make us a feast.
Oh, about that. I'm actually going drinking with a friend tomorrow night.
What?
What do you mean? What's the big deal? I'm going to be together with you all the time from now on. And it's not like just because we submit our marriage certificate, anything actually changes.
Don't you think that's a little terrible? It might not be anything to you, Thomas, but to me, tomorrow is the day that we get married, and it's really important. Don't you think you could be together with me, at least on that day?
Ugh, you're so annoying. Anyway, tomorrow's my first time going out drinking with my friend in a while, so don't get in the way, okay?
Get in the way? That's awful.
Obviously. When someone is finally having a good time, don't get in the way of it by contacting me, alright?
Hey, what's with the sudden change? And who are you seeing when you say it's been a while? Bring me with you. Why can't you bring me and introduce me as your wife at least?
Huh? Definitely not. There's no need to announce to everybody every time that we got married. So anyway, I'm going out drinking tomorrow night, okay? Alone. You have the day off from work, so you can go to the city office and turn in the marriage certificate.
What? We haven't even submitted our marriage certificate yet. Is it okay that I'm feeling uneasy about it? Are things going to go well when we get married? I started to get a nervous and suspicious feeling really inside of me. Because who is it going to meet on the day that we're officially getting married? No matter how you think about it, it's not normal. If there's nothing suspicious going on, then what's wrong with introducing me? This is definitely suspicious. There's no way I could submit my marriage certificate like this. And I didn't think that we'd become a married couple while I was feeling like this. That's why I decided to take a step out and take action. I made up my mind, and the next day I decided to follow Thomas to his plans. Well, I suppose this is called stalking. At that time, half of me was filled with this unsettling feeling, while the other half still had a little bit of hope. I still wanted to believe in Thomas, so I was excited that maybe he was going to actually prepare a surprise for me. He said it was a waste of money and there was no need, but maybe he was actually getting a ring? I still had that hope inside of me, But where Thomas was headed was the high-end restaurant on the luxury hotel of the Grand Panit Hotel? Why? Not only that, but this restaurant is extremely expensive. I sat down at a seat a little bit far away from the table that Thomas was taken to, and I observed. And then a woman appeared by herself. Thomas, sorry to make you wait. Did you wait long? I missed you.
Ashley, long time no see. I missed you too.
What do you mean long time no see? It's only been 2 days.
You're right.
Hey, are you sure it's okay that you're seeing me today? Weren't you submitting your marriage certificate today?
Yeah, it is, but that's such a chore, and I made my wife do it. So there's no problem.
I see. It looks like you're a married man, Thomas. And you know what? You're starting to look even more attractive. I love married men.
Oh, come on, Ashley. I'm such a bad girl. Well, that's part of what I find so cute about you.
Oh, stop it, Thomas. Are you sure it's fine? Isn't your wife waiting for you at home?
It's fine. I told her I was going out for drinks today, so if I tell her that I got too drunk and I missed the last train and I'm gonna stay over, there's no problem.
That's my Thomas. You're so hot. Wait, what is this? Cheating on the day we're submitting the marriage certificate? Are you kidding me? I often hear that nothing good comes out of looking at a man's phone or following them, but it looks like it was true. Seeing my fiance's unbelievably true nature right in front of my eyes, I was upset, but a part of me was also relieved. Because it's not like I'd submitted the marriage certificate yet anyway. He's still a stranger. But you know, when I think about it like that, I was starting to get even more irritated. Alright, why don't I make that man watch and weep? He's going to understand what happens when you make me mad. The next day, Thomas, who didn't know anything, came home in a great mood.
I'm home. Paige, yesterday I got too drunk and I missed the last train, so my friend let me stay at their place. I'm sorry. You must have been worried.
Uh-huh.
But it's always nice to see a friend you haven't seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, when the conversation is lively, the drinks just keep going, too.
Is that so?
Hey, Paige, what's the matter? Why are you being so dry? You and I are married now, so don't be so upset just because your husband didn't come home for one night.
Huh?
What?
What do you mean, married? What do you mean, husband?
Hey, what are you asking?
I should be asking you. What are you saying?
What do you mean? But because we said that we were submitting our marriage certificate yesterday, right? That means you and I are husband and wife since yesterday, right? Right?
This guy! Who does he think he is, and what nonsense is he speaking right now? I've already reached my limit of patience. Why don't I just kick this guy straight down to the bottom of hell? The marriage certificate? I didn't submit it.
What?
There's no way I would submit that. Did you really think I would get married to a guy like you? Not if my life depended on it.
What is that supposed to mean? Is this about the wedding rings? Or is it about the wedding ceremony? No. What is it that you're so upset about?
Huh? Well, then let me ask you. Who's that woman named Ashley? If you think that I don't know anything, you're making a big mistake.
What? Why do you know that?
Why, you ask? I thought it was so strange that you would go out for drinks on the day that we're supposed to be married officially, so I took the liberty of following after you. Then, well, looks like you had quite the good time, didn't you?
You, how could you do that to me behind my back? Who do you think it is that picked up a sad, lonely woman like you that didn't have anybody else? Why don't you answer that?
Huh?
When you were little, your parents threw you away, and you didn't have any siblings. That's why you should be grateful that I picked you up. Yet, you're trying to call off the engagement here like this? I would be happy to sue you if I wanted to.
Ah, it's exactly as Thomas says. By the time I was old enough to remember, I was already taken in by distant relatives, and that's how I spent my childhood. But then, even those relatives kicked me out of the house when I graduated middle school. I didn't go to high school, and instead was taken in as a salon hair apprentice. And that brings me to today. Thomas, on the other hand, lived the complete opposite life from my devastating past. So he felt pity for me all this time. However, I worked really hard to change my own life, and I worked really hard to find this job of my dreams. And that's because it was all of my own hard work, and because I decided my own way of living that I was able to get this far. And so there was no way I was going to let Thomas say anything about it at this point. Yet, Thomas was trying to get the upper hand on me by bringing this up.
Anyway, I'm saying that I'm doing you a favor by getting married to you, with no education and no skills. So you have no right to have any complaints.
Oh, what is wrong with this idiot? I can't keep this up anymore. It's so pathetic. It's way too pathetic. Anyway, there's no way I'm going to live with a guy like this. Impossible! That's why I said this to him. No matter what kind of past I may have, I don't need you to tell me anything about it, and I don't have a single ounce of guilt about it either. And I don't need you to empathize with me, not even one bit. But using my past as a way to give yourself the upper hand and make yourself seem like the savior is absolutely outrageous. This engagement is being destroyed because of you, and that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to be suing you and that woman named Ashley. I've turned in all of the evidence to the lawyer already anyway.
What the hell? A lawyer? You don't need to make such a big deal out of this. Man, cheating isn't that big of a deal, right?
Huh? You... What did you just say?
Cheating is something that almost every guy out there does.
Yeah, nope, that's it. Any feelings I had left for you, they are now all out the door.
Hey, wait.
And to be honest with you, wedding rings and a wedding ceremony are the memory of a lifetime for a woman. And there's no need for me to be with a guy who's going to be cheap and refuse these things just to save money.
All right, fine. I'll buy you a wedding ring, so fix your mood.
No, that's way past what the real problem is. And these clueless, idiotic parts of you, I'm also done with. I will never, ever forgive you. I've already informed your workplace that you've destroyed the engagement. And of course I've told my workplace already as well.
What the hell are you doing? That's not something for you to walk around telling everyone.
They were worried about me and asked me what was wrong, so I just told him honestly that you were cheating on me. And then everybody was saying what a truly terrible guy you are, so I can't wait to see how they look at you the next time you go to work.
What have you done? Stop going around telling everybody things like that.
All I did was tell them the truth. Unlike somebody here, I'm not a liar anyway. I never want to see your face ever again, so we can speak about the rest through my lawyer. Goodbye.
Paige, wait, please. Paige.
Thomas was crumbling in tears, but I left him, and I hurried myself out the door. After that, I sued Thomas for a settlement fee of $30,000 and $20,000 from his affair partner Ashley. I also made sure to inform Ashley's parents as well as her workplace. It turns out, even though it looked like Thomas was saving money, in reality, he was spending it all on Ashley and his savings account was completely empty. Not only that, but he was using his credit card to go shopping or to go on dates, so he was actually quite in a deep debt. I'm so glad I didn't get married to a guy like that. It goes without saying that after this, those two were riddled in debt and kicked down to rock bottom. They were both chased by debt collectors and were caught in a living hell. On the other hand, as for me... There, you look so beautiful in this new haircut again. It really looks good on you. I am putting my all into my dream job to this day. My engagement may have been destroyed, but now I'm being supported by my customers' smiling faces, and every day I'm able to work hard. Next time, I'm going to find myself a good guy. Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!